One of the big concerns about building in the Texas Hill Country is our available water. What we've seen over the last few years is we've had an increased drought and our aquifer levels are dropping, our lake levels are dropping. A lot of folks are wondering what we're going to do. What is the answer for our water needs? At TA French, we strongly believe rainwater collection is one of the biggest answers we can find. And so the home behind us is nearly 6,000 square feet of living space, totally run off of rainwater for all the interior usage. Showering, drinking water, toilets, you name it, everything inside the home is all rainwater. Come with me, let's explore how we put this system together. So the rainwater system starts with your downspouts. We're gonna capture the water off the roof, but then we need a sealed system to carry that water to the tanks. TA French, we take PVC pipe, we prime it, paint it to match your gutters so that it blends in as seamlessly as possible. Special thing to note on this home as well, we've also got a whole home generator. In the Texas Hill Country, we've got fairly reliable power, so it's not a huge concern, but oftentimes we have clients that have been through power outages, have had periods of time where they really wish they would have had the power, and to them it makes sense as an investment to make sure they've got that covered. So here we've got a 30 kW generator that is built to power this entire house if need be. Behind me we have our 2 water collection tanks. To my left here we've got a 32,000 gallon capacity tank. So far in over 2 years we have never had less than half of a tank here. This is our indicator. Right now, even though it shows like it's about half full, it's actually 3/4 full. This tank does have an overflow on the other side, and so we're about 3/4 full of water. This year we haven't had much rain, so pretty good. This is a family of 5 using the water inside the home for showering, drinking, toilets, everything inside the home. So it's holding up extremely well. We've done a concrete pad here. It's not required. It's more of a longevity issue and maintenance issue. You could also do a crushed granite pad or some sort of stabilized stone. We opted to go with the concrete pad just so it wouldn't be an ongoing maintenance issue. If you see here, we've got an outlet that takes the water to our pump station and treatment room. And then we've also got a bottom flow here. So we could tap onto this, and if we need the water for any other use, we could do it, but that's 100% pure unfiltered rainwater coming out of the tank right there. Obviously our cutoff here. And then here we've got our well water. So this property has rainwater, but also has a well. The well helps to supply water for the irrigation and the pool. It is in this well house here and pumps through, and we've got a little over 5,000 gallons of storage here as well. When we get to the filtration room, I'll discuss how we can interchange between well water or rainwater within the home if need be. Designing our well houses or filtration pump houses, one thing that we always keep in mind is what our clients will encounter down the road. We want to try to make things as easy as possible for them. And one issue we see a lot is that somebody covers up their wellhead to where they can't access it at a later point to switch out the pump. What we've done here, we've built what we call kind of a little dog house on the side. There's 4 screws inside this room. We remove those 4 screws. 2 people can pull this house off to the side. The actual wellhead is inside this right here. And so a service company could pull up, pull the well out, pull the pump out, and it wouldn't be a big deal to access it and swap out a new pump. In this room here, it's kind of a combination room. That's kind of the beauty of these well houses. You know, you can make them very small where they're just nothing but whatever you need for pump or filtration needs. In this case, we made it a little bigger, and it's utilized for your lawn maintenance storage and a few other things, gardening tools, some additional fuel cans and things like that are something that you may not want to keep in your garage per se, but good to have in a storage area to where they don't deteriorate. And so in here, you'll see we've got 2 pressure tanks, 2 pumps, series of PVC lines running across the walls. Over here, we've got a water softener. The interesting thing about rainwater is the actual small amount of filtration that you need to it. So our rainwater comes in through this line here, this pump, pressure tank. We've got 2 filters it passes through, and then we've got a UV light that it passes through. It helps to neutralize any bacteria. From that point, it goes into the home. That's it. The well water, if we needed to take well water to the house, it's going to come with a slew of minerals and other deposits that will come with it. It will need to go through a filter and a water softener before it enters the home. Rainwater is really chemical free. We don't put anything in there. There are some experts that suggest that you periodically add some bleach or other chemicals to it. A lot of that depends on the environment. You know, if your home you're wanting to collect rainwater from is covered by trees and there's constantly, you know, pollen and birds and other critters that are depositing stuff on your roof getting flushed in the system, probably want to do a little more treatment. In this case here, we don't have any of that. There's really nothing hanging over the home. We do some simple filtration and that is all that's needed. One thing that's really cool about the way we set this up is we tried to think past, all right, if the drought gets really, really bad, or what's more likely is that maybe we get some kind of damage to a water line or something, we lose all our rainwater, we don't want to just be out of water, right? Especially since we have a well that is here and perfectly capable to supply the home. So what we've done is we've done a system of different valves that can actually, we can supply the interior of the home with either rainwater or well water just by how we turn our valves. It's a very simple system. It looks more complex than it is. We walk through it all with our homeowners. We'll label it appropriately. And here you can see the two different lines that go into the home. And so we simply cut off the one we don't want to use and we open up the one we do want to use. It's a very simple system, but it helps to protect you from a situation where you may run out of rainwater for one reason or another. You've got a backup. Another concern people have is, okay, well, we're going just rainwater. We don't have a well. What do we do if we run out of water? What happens if we get that damage to a line and we lose all our water, or it just doesn't rain for a very, very long time? And in that case, we've got lots of partners we work with that will supply water to you. They'll bring it out on a truck. They can fill a tank. Many of them do as much as 3,000 gallons at one delivery. It really is not that expensive in comparison to the cost of buying your municipal water here in the Hill Country. So if need be, that's always a backup that's a really good option. One other key piece of equipment, probably the most important thing in this whole room, is a little space heater. We want to make sure that when it does get frigid that we don't lose all this equipment. Very simple little $15 heater. Any of your well houses, any of your pump houses, you always want to make sure you've got some little heater with a little thermostat. Very simple to install, put in. You don't want to wait to buy it till you need it, because that's when they're out and Home Depot's crazy. Buy it ahead of time. Speaking of buying ahead of time and doing things ahead of time, this entire rainwater system, if you can do it during construction, before your driveway's in, before your landscaping's in, it's going to be much less expensive. To go in and retro it after all that stuff is in, it gets much more costly. So if we can think about these things during the planning stage, it really becomes much more affordable than coming in after the fact and trying to install it all and tear up your yard and driveway and everything else. If you'd like to learn more about harvesting your rainwater, please reach out to us, tafrench.com. Follow our YouTube channel, TA French Custom Builder. We look forward to hearing from you.